Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Tar Heels Insider Podcast. I'm your host, Grant Chachere, bringing you all the latest news in regards to North Carolina athletics. And, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where do I begin? North Carolina lost 34-9 to UCF. This wasn't a game I thought they were going to win. Um, funny enough, I thought this was a game North Carolina was going to win before the year started. But then you see the Tar Heels play, and you're like, oh boy, they got a lot of stuff to work on. And this was after the TCU game because, of course, they lost 48-14, and they just seemed like they never got better. They just never got better on the offensive side. Of course, they improved on the defensive side of the ball, but it's easy to improve on the defensive side of the ball when your two opponents that you won against were Charlotte and Richmond. So, how much did they actually improve? And that's a great question. That's a valid question. They really haven't. He's a bad football team. They only gained 219 yards of offense, and that's going to be takeaway number one. The offense is still bad. They only had 217 yards of offense, 154 yards of passing. By the way, just to let you guys know, North Carolina has not surpassed 200 yards of passing all year. They rushed for 63 yards, which, by the way, also a reminder, they ran for an average of 170 the last 2 weeks. Damon June led the way with 10 carries for 50 yards. So, he had a solid outing, but again, the staff does not know what they're working with. And it's quite sad, actually. And a lot of that's because they don't have the talent. This is a bad football team. Simple as that. Gio Lopez does not look comfortable out there. Yes, he was. He did have 11 for. Yes, he was 11 for 14 for 87 yards when he was playing, but he also threw 2 picks. Max Johnson, of course, Gio Lopez got hurt, and Max Johnson came in for him in the third quarter, and Max Johnson struggled a little bit too, 11 for 19 for 67 yards, but he did lead the scoring drive. And he threw the 8-yard touchdown pass to Kobe Paysour, who, by the way, has not had a touchdown catch since 2023. But also, I think for one of the reasons why Max Johnson had a lower completion percentage than Gio Lopez is because when they were calling plays, they allowed Max to be more aggressive than Gio. So, which, ultimately means there could be a quarterback battle next week if Gio's healthy, and then Max might be the winner, but we'll see. What do you think is Clemson? Just horrible. The first half, that's the second takeaway. The first half was terrible. UCF outgained North Carolina 209-97, and in the first quarter, they outgained them 114-2. Which is not good stuff. They were UCF on the first drive of the game. They were 2 for 2 on fourth down. They were 3 for 4 on third down. They were 3 for 3 on third down, the first scoring drive. It's just that first scoring drive, 13 plays, 75 yards. 5 or 6. Taven Jackson, their quarterback, went 5 or 6 for 54 yards, and he finished off with a 13-yard touchdown. And UNC did a good job defensively. They kind of stalled UCF's offense a little bit, especially when they're thrown into really bad situations because of the ineptitude of the offense. And they were able to force UCF to go to field goals up until the final minute of the game. And UCF, by the way, who had no timeouts, they went up the field and scored a touchdown to go up 20-3 at the half. And it was aided by two costly penalties. The first one was a defensive holding by Thaddeus Dixon. The second one was a roughing the passer call called on Melkart Abu-Jadeh. And then it was and then after that, 10-yard pass, 15-yard pass, and a wide open touchdown pass from Taven Jackson to Kylan Fox. It's just not a very good day for UNC. It really wasn't. That first half, when they went up 13-0, I had a feeling UCF was going to win because UCF can't really do anything offensively to move the needle. She's quite sad, frankly. And third takeaway is as simple as this. They're not a very good football team. They're just not. They are not a very good football team. And look, I knew I was saying, okay, this team could be good. They said this team could be 8-4 and stuff like that. But the thing was, it was based off of the schedule. It was based off the schedule. And then it was based off of the coaching expertise of the staff, which they do. And also like some of the players on the team. Some, not all. And I think really, to the best of my judgment, I really should have hampered my expectations. Considering the fact that I'd never seen them play before. So, oh man, I'm tired. And quite frankly, I'm pretty sure a lot of UNC fans, I wish I didn't see them play because they're just not a very good team. They're just not. I mean, there's no way you could tell me that this team's good. There's no way you could tell me that this receiving core is talented, like some people said. And I even said that the receiving core was one of the weaker members of the team. My biggest weakness of the offense was actually the offensive. Well, was the receivers and the running backs. I said next up would be the offensive line because I was worried about injuries. Like, how deep are they truly? But how could anybody sell this team as good when he could barely scrape by a very bad Charlotte team? I mean, how can anyone sell me what North Carolina is doing when Bill Belichick and the rest of the coaching staff just seem clueless? They don't know what's going on. They're still treating us like the preseason. Like, they truly don't know what's going on. I mean, we're 4 weeks in the season, and you're still trying to evaluate. I mean, the offense is bad. It's averaging less than 300 yards per game. And then the defense collapses like it's the damn Atlanta Falcons. How are you supposed to convince fans to come watch your team play? How are you supposed to convince fans that you have a plan in place? Because right now the product of the field ain't good. And quite frankly, we don't even know what you're doing. On the field, off the field, we just don't know. So, who knows? But we'll see how they recover from the bye week. They will take on Clemson the week after the bye week on October 4th. We don't have a time yet for that game, but the times will be released this upcoming Monday in regards to what time the Clemson game will be playing. And if I was a betting man, noon. You see, Clemson is 1-3. I mean, this game has lost its luster. I mean, they barely beat a Troy team. They lost against Georgia Tech on a game-winning field goal, and then now they have gotten they got kicked out of their own stadium by, you guessed it. Syracuse. So, oh boy. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today's podcast. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you then. Peace.